The decision to move to a care home or nursing home is, for many, life's most distressing and definitive moment. It is not just a change of address, but a watershed, a tacit acknowledgement that full autonomy may have come to an end. In this instant of vulnerability, the mind clings to promises: security, specialized care, companionship, and perhaps a new chance for socialization. We imagine a safe harbor, where worries would be replaced by a routine of well-being. But reality, like a veil being lifted, reveals far rawer and more uncomfortable truths. These are the initial shocks, the first cracks in the idealization, that prepare one for a journey of adaptation that few are ready to face. The expectation of a cozy refuge often brutally collides with the harsh reality of an institutional environment. Truth 1. The loss of privacy. The first truth that imposes itself is the overwhelming loss of privacy. That house, that room, that bathroom that were yours for decades are now replaced by a shared space, or at best, a room where every movement is monitored. Doors are rarely closed, and caregivers enter and exit with a frequency that nullifies any sense of intimacy. Times for bathing, meals, medication, everything now is dictated by an institutional schedule and not by one's own will. The sensation of having control over one's own body and basic routines is gradually eroded, leading to a diminished sense of dignity and a feeling of constant exposure. What was once a personal refuge is now a stage under the watchful eye of strangers. Truth 2. The cultural shock and loss of individuality. Next comes the cultural shock, an abyss between the world that was lived and the one that is now being lived. The routine of a care home is a mechanism, and each resident is a piece that needs to fit in. Your food preferences, sleeping hours, hobbies, and even your way of dressing are subsumed into a standard. Meals are served at fixed times, activities are programmed in groups, and the individuality we so cherish seems to dissolve for the sake of logistics. The music that once filled your days may be replaced by the murmur of others' conversations or the constant sound of alarms. It is a subtle but profound depersonalization that requires constant and often painful adaptation to a new, imposed normal. Truth 3. The unexpected loneliness. Paradoxically, amidst so many others, the unexpected loneliness settles in as the third cruel truth. Although surrounded by other elders and a team of caregivers, genuine connection is often scarce. Conversations can be superficial. The differences in life experience between residents can be vast, and the staff, however dedicated, have responsibilities that limit deep interactions. The absence of friends and family who were part of one's daily life, the lack of a confidant who understands one's jokes or dearest memories creates a void. It is a loneliness, not of being physically alone, but of feeling emotionally isolated, disconnected from one's past and one's most intimate identity, even in a supposedly social environment. The tip of the iceberg. These are the first layers of reality that unfold behind the walls of a care home. The erosion of privacy, the cultural shock that demands the surrender of individuality, and the loneliness that insists on permeating the soul. They are not mere inconveniences, but profound challenges that shake the emotional and psychological structure of those who face them. Adaptation to this new universe is a daily battle, a constant redefinition of the self. And, although these initial truths are already crushing, they are only the tip of the iceberg. What follows, the more intrinsic challenges and the revelations about human nature itself in its most vulnerable phase, are even more complex and will require a deeper understanding of what it means to age in an institutionalized world. Truth 4. The gradual loss of autonomy. After facing the loss of privacy, the cultural shock, and the loneliness, the next cruel truth that many elders discover is the gradual loss of autonomy. In a care home, the routine is standardized. Meal, bath, sleep, and leisure times are dictated by the institution. That freedom to choose what to eat, when to wake up, or what clothes to wear, constant for decades, can be drastically reduced. Simple decisions, like choosing a movie, depend on the schedule and the staff. This outsourcing of life undermines independence and control, generating frustration and a decrease in self-esteem, transforming the elder into a recipient of care with little voice over their existence. Truth 5. The compromised quality of care. The fifth truth, and perhaps one of the most painful, lies in the quality of care. Although many institutions strive to do well, the scarcity of qualified personnel, high turnover and tight budgets can compromise individualized attention. It is not uncommon for overburdened caregivers to have little time for meaningful interactions, focusing only on essential tasks. This can lead to emotional neglect and, in extreme cases, inadequate attention to medical or hygiene needs, directly impacting dignity and well-being. The absence of a watchful and empathetic eye can make the elder feel invisible, losing the vital human connection they so desperately need. Truth 6. The crushing financial challenge. Finally, the sixth truth is the overwhelming financial challenge that staying in a care home imposes. The costs can be exorbitant, quickly consuming a lifetime's savings, pensions, and even family inheritances. Many families find themselves at a crossroads, sacrificing their financial future to ensure the well-being of their loved ones. Without realizing that this pressure can generate resentment and exhaustion, it is a vicious cycle where the cost of dignity becomes a heavy burden. Before we continue, if this video is opening your eyes to an important reality, please leave a like and a comment. Your opinion and engagement help us bring these discussions to more people. What can be done? Alternatives and planning. Faced with these truths, what can we do? There are alternatives and paths for aging with dignity and choice. Planning ahead is crucial. Discuss openly with family about preferences and expectations. Consider home caregivers, allowing the elder to remain in their familiar environment or adapting the house for accessibility and safety. Other options include assisted living facilities with support and more independence, or co-housing models where elders share residences and care. Researching, visiting institutions, and talking to other family members and residents are fundamental steps to avoid surprises and ensure an informed and appropriate decision. The journey into the third age does not have to be one of loss and resignation. It is a period that can and should be lived with respect, autonomy, and the quality of life deserved. Empowering the elderly means ensuring their voices are heard, their choices are respected, and that they receive care that reflects their value and history. Active family involvement, advocating for rights, and seeking personalized solutions are pillars for transforming this phase into an enriching experience. Remember, dignity in old age is a right. If you are looking for more insights and practical guides, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. Don't miss our next video, where we will address strategies for building an aging plan that works for you and your family.